Hey everyone, Trina here, back with another mixed media art video. Today we're going to be working on a little watercolor. I've got my Schminke orange and the gray, which you can see looks a little blue, and I've also got the Payne's gray over here. So we're going to start off on a sheet of the Canson watercolor paper, inexpensive, relatively. So let's get started. So I've got my big moppy brush here, and I'm just going to lay down some color. And this is the gray. You can see that it's pretty gray. It does have a little blue in it, and a little bit of red. So it's interesting because it makes these pretty separated colors when we put it down in a thick manner. So we're just going to start off here. I really want this to do its thing and granulate. Kind of why I'm using the big fat brush. I don't want to really limit myself. I want to make sure that I get lots of light tones, but I want big swaths of color. So this is the Payne's gray, mixed with a little bit of indigo blue. I'm going to put down just a little bit more of that, either here, kind of bring it down. We're just going to see how this is going to dry. Hopefully it dries well. Smooth that out a little bit down there. And then I think I'm going to put in a little bit of this orange through here as well. This is going to be just our base layer. Gonna let that dry. I know it seems like it's really thick, but it's going to be kind of cool. Let's come in with our X-Acto knife and just put some lines through here. And these are going to be really fun to show up later. So I think what I want to do today is to come in and try jelly printing over this initial layer just to see what happens. So we'll be adding in some of the Aquapasto and seeing if it works on the jelly plate. It should work, because the whole problem with using, I'm going to come in with the stylus a little bit too, using watercolors on the jelly plate is because they're water-based. They tend to bead up. But I think the Aquapasto is going to fix that for us and make it kind of fun and different. I might go in just a little bit with a palette knife. I really want to build up these layers through here. I really want these marks to be able to stand out so that when we add marks later on, I'm just grabbing up some of this paint. Actually, just grab some out of just to make, it's not really working. It's hard to grab up watercolor on a spatula or on a palette knife. So I just want some of these lines coming through here. I think this is going to dry really cool. So let's let this dry. You can see that we've already got some really wonderful granulation going on in there. Let's come in with just a little bit less watered down orange, and we're just going to add that in and see what happens through here while we let it dry. Kind of just want to, the big thing about using a fat brush too is that it keeps you from being fussy, because you can't really be fussy. Do I want more of that? Let's get some more of that gray out. Let's add a bit more. This is actually the desert gray, not the green. This is going to give us a really nice contrast there to the orange. I'm trying to keep the palette pretty neutral. And let's come in a little bit with that, the desert. I think this is the gray. What did I just put down? Okay. Make some marks through here and see what happens. Just with the end of the paintbrush. Okay, we're gonna let that dry, and then we'll come back and see what we get. Okay, so that's dried. Now I'm gonna squeeze out some of the Aquapasto and mix it up with the orange from Schmincke. I want this to be pretty thick, I think. Maybe not that thick. Let's add a little water. And we're gonna see if we can use the jelly plate. I think we could. I'm pretty excited. So I've got a layer mask down here, and I'm just gonna put this on, and it's not beating up. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use the brayer. I might use it a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna come in with a little bit of this drywall tape and just add some texture in there. Oh, just pulled it up. So I guess that's what we're doing. So here we go. Let's see, we've got it down there. I'm just gonna lay it right through here. Got the brayer. I do have a sheet of plastic over my jelly plate. This looks like it's transferring, but I think the texture kind of got blended together there. But we'll see. Wow, that's pretty cool. That worked out quite nicely, actually. Let's come in a little bit for a close-up. You can see that it laid down a nice little layer of the Aquapasto. It didn't really get the texture in there, but I think it's kind of neat in a way. Let's add another layer. Okay, I've mixed up some more of the Payne's Gray with the Aquapasto. And here I'm just gonna put it down. This time I kind of want to go in. Look what happens if we take our lovely silicone spatula and lay down some marks that way. Now we could just do this on the paper. I'm just really curious about how I can, if it works with the jelly plate in the workflow. I'm liking these lines that I'm getting through here. It's almost like you can do it as practice before. You know what I mean? As far as putting it down like this before putting it on the actual paper, kind of gives you a little bit more leeway to make some marks that you like before you put them down. Okay, so that's kind of nice. Where am I gonna put that? I think I'm just gonna put it through here. Like right here. Okay, you can see it spreading out. That's what I was kind of fearful of, that it wasn't going to work. I might need to add more of the Aquapasto. Okay, it's definitely working, but it's not really what I expected. It seems like it's just pushing it. It's too squishy almost. Let's go ahead and take more of that and just sort of make some marks through here. So I really like these skinny little marks that we can get through here by using this sharp end. I'm just getting a little paint on there and pushing it around to make these really cool marks. But I do want to take a little bit more of this orange and kind of do the same thing down here and just add in these fun marks build up this layer down here. I think we'll try again with the jelly plate and just do like maybe a really thick Aquapasto. See what happens. I'm still not convinced that it's not working. Okay, so I've mixed up another batch, this time with the brown, and I'm just gonna kind of freehand it through here so we can kind of see. It's really thick. It's really super thick, but I really want to see if this is going to work, and I think this is the only way to do it. So, yeah, I just kind of want to make some lines through here. Might come in with the spatula a little bit. Kind of make some other marks, and we're just going to see what happens. It's not beating up, so that's good. I think it feels like if you're going to do this, like especially with marks like this, you need to make sure they're spread out. So this is pretty thick. I just want to bring it down. All right, I think we're going to stop there. Let's see what happens on this piece. So I'm just going to put it right through here. Maybe a little lower. Right through there. Okay, the thick seems to be holding up. I'm not going to press as hard as I normally do. Let it do its thing. It's definitely not paint. I mean, as far as what we're used to. Okay, that worked out a little better. It's definitely giving some cool marks, although that's kind of, you can see kind of the texture of the paste. So we're just going to smooth that out a little bit. I don't hate it, but it's still not quite what I want it to be. And maybe that's just not something that's going to happen. So, I would probably say, at least for me, I'm probably not going to use my jelly plate with the Aquapasta. I just don't think it's as effective as just using a spatula. Like, I just don't see it being something, but we had to try, right? We had to try it out to kind of see what it was going to do. Okay, I'm going to let this dry and then figure out what else we're going to do. Okay, but first, before I let it dry, I want to go in with the spatula and make some lines through here. Kind of like the way the marks were coming on, so just a little texture, not a lot. Okay, I've got the black soot here, distressed oxide. Just gonna get some of this on the skinny roller, the skinny brayer, and I just want to put some light marks through here. I just wanted to add a little bit of texture, not a lot. I want to put some up here too. This is a really cool tone color for black, so let's get some on the side and sort of use the side of it a little bit. Kind of put some marks through here. Ooh, kind of out of control today. I'm gonna put some more down here. I think I want to bring it up a little bit. Follow that curve a little bit. Just to give it a little bit of texture. I might want to come in. Let's do a little bit of the ground espresso bring in some of those browns a little bit. I like what's going on there. I think it gives it a nice layer of, a different layer of texture. That's really nice. You know, I'm all about texture and lines. Ooh, I really like that. Really like what's going on there. I might want to bring it just through here just a little bit to kind of bring these sections together. I feel like right now they're kind of separate and I want them to be one cohesive piece. I think that works. So I got these 4 packs of these little makeup applicator things. I'm gonna use a little bit of the vintage photo. You're supposed to put your finger through there so it fits on your finger. Kind of fun. I got these at the dollar store. So what I want to do is just use that. Is that gonna work? Oh, it's really subtle. I like it. We're just gonna put down some dots. I feel like we need to do a little bit more. I just sort of wanted to run through here at the bottom. So let's just do. Ooh. You can see that it's kind of, I think there was another color on there. Okay, so I'm gonna come in with the vintage photo here, mask off a little bit of it. Because, you know, it gets everywhere. Let's go on a little bit. I just love the way this looks with the dots. Okay, this is the Lyra Burnt Ochre. It's also a water soluble, like the Caran d'Ache. And I have a set of like, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 20 of these. And they just have different colors, more colors than I have in the Caran d'Ache. So I'm just going to scribble some of this out on the deli paper. I thought it might be fun for marks in a different color today. So let me find my stylus here. And I think I'm just going to do some scratchy marks. Actually, we've got those over there. So let's start over here. I want them to be a little bit grassy. Oh, that's nice. It's kind of hard to see though. Be a little bit more bold. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see on this one. Let's keep going though. Let's see if we can. Maybe it needs to be more bright. I don't know. It's real subtle. Let's bring it up real close up so you can see. Oh, I missed my camera there. I kind of like how subtle it is, though. Let's keep going. It's kind of a little different than the orange, but I kind of like it. We've already got a lot of line. Oh, there's a good line. We've already got a lot of lines going on, so they're a little bit more subtle. Okay, I think I've figured it out. Maybe you have to push a little harder with it. Oh, there we go. With the Lyras, it seems like. But you can get some good marks through there. So I want to put some black marks in here from where we scratched in with the paint. And maybe just a few down here. Some boulder marks. know what, maybe it's, let me get out my, see, scraping on the side with the palette knife. There we go. I just kind of want some, oh, you can really see the orange marks stand out more when there's black marks next to it. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, I want to add in some white marks. So I've got the Lyra white that I put down. Oh, that's absolutely the wrong side. Okay, you can barely see that, but I just want to add a little bit of light to it. Ooh, that's good right there. That's really good. Let's take some lines through here. It just needed a little pops of white, I think, to kind of finish it off. Okay, so here it is with the matte. I like this one a lot. I like the lines, of course. I love these little bits of watercolor up here, and then Aquapasto. Oh, what's that? I'm a little sad the jelly plate didn't work as well as I thought it would, but that's okay. I like the marks we made with the skinny brayer. Of course, I love these burnt umber colors through here. Like, I think that it's really nice and subtle. A little bit less bold than just the bright orange. Yeah, overall, I think the dots are kind of fun down here. Little green dots and blue. It's got a nice flow about it, I think. I like the little pops of white that I put in. I think those are really nice. Overall, very happy with this one. But yeah, as far as the jelly plate goes, I would not recommend doing it. I mean, we tried it. It didn't really work the way that I thought it should work. Maybe I might try it with just doing that, not over the watercolor, but that's not really the way I work. So it's probably not going to work for me. So I'm going to say that's a fail. But overall, I think the piece is pretty good. I'll give it a A, I think. I think there's good energy. I like the scratchy lines that we put in before where the watercolor was wet. I think those are really fun. So yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Click over here to see the last video, and I will see you next week for another video. I've got some new things planned. Thanks so much. Bye.